Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically, set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You're now tuning in to Great Days. So today I'm going to go deeper into carbon intelligence, and I'm going to go into conflicts of not being able to tap into deeper levels of the carbon intelligence and warfare on awareness, power struggling, and whatnot. So let's get into this. So the carbon intelligence corresponds to the codons, and there's a lot to the genetics that has been modified, and the codons is a big part of the modification. They fluctuate at the codonic level to keep us in states of disabilities. By this I mean they keep us encaged within various different imprisonments that are obviously mentally fabricated or conceptualized, and vibrational disresonance frequency warfare is something that is being used, and because of this, the carbon intelligence isn't able to, we aren't able to activate or go in depth to what the activated genetics can enable for us as beings. So pretty much we're being disabled in a certain way because of genetic modification. They can use sciences like this to keep us in disempowered states, power struggling between various different entities, things like propaganda, you know. So there's obviously the whole belief system that's conditioned into people to fear anything having to do with attaining or taking back your power as an alchemist, or as a wizard even, or as somebody with magic prowess. So there's multiple different systems, belief systems, that are here to keep you in a disempowered state because they're taking your energy, they're utilizing your energy as if you were a battery to fuel a matrix, right? Which is what we're living in, a matrix. And basically, carbon intelligence can be activated, it can be opened up, and you're a carbon-based being. So we think you're carbon-based being. But once again, there's power strugglings between amongst species, right? Not only is there power struggling, but there's the disresonance and the electromagnetic imbalance, right? So they're draining us of power and leaving us in very low leveled state. They're programming it or modifying it into our genetic coding to be in these disempowered states. When we can come into the liberation, the enlightenment, which would allow us to come into God consciousness, which would once again liberate us into higher realities and deeper infinitesimal sources of power for zero cost, right? Like tachyonic energies. But once again, they disempower us. Various different forces, malefic forces, are disempowering us, which are obviously more dominating than humanity is. Are here to keep us within that whole power struggle, right? Or in a low level of power. So they use multiple different things to keep you in low power levels, right? I've gone over architect of buildings. The geometries of buildings are one of these things. They throw us out of our nature. Most shoes are made of rubber at the bottom. Little things like this are trended, popularized to imbalance and disresonate our electromagnetic field, so that we don't come into higher levels of intelligent basis. So then carbon, it needs to be accessed, because you're a carbon-based being. Once carbon is opened up and accessed, you can open up your being. And this is also synonymous with the process of rising the Kundalini energy and blossoming the DNA into a more resonant state, rather than it being in a petrified state. So propaganda, there's things like, you know, they made it fearful to see us 666. A devil number, but this is not the case. 666 is really just corresponding to the atomic configuration of the carbon atom. So if you go to the carbon atom, then it has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. That's 666. See, we're carbon-based beings, so the moment that you start to go into the 666 and what it means, you start to open up on the codonic level. You start to fluctuate on the codonic level, because this is a carbon-based level of Genesis. So then you begin to open up more of your basis and more of your power, and you start to take back power directly from within yourself. And you start the process of self-generation of energy and unification of the polarities of energy. So this is why they made it. This is why they used the 666 in propaganda, in consciousness warfare, because they wanted people to fear what 666 means. But what it means is it's based on carbon. 3 6s is the correspondence to the carbon atom. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. And if you keep going with the numerical sequences, it's all resonant with processes and states, which is going to allow you to open up your intelligence even further into higher and higher forms of life or power. But that life, they want to take that life away from you, or they want to take that power away from you, which is also synonymous with knowledges. And they would like to keep you in ignorance so that you don't have the knowledge or power or life to take back what is rightfully supposed to be generated within yourself, infinitesimally. Right? So carbon intelligence, it needs to be activated, it needs to be opened up. You do this by connecting yourself with the earth, but connect with yourself as an individual geometry first, because you are supposed to be a carbon-based being. But there's multiple other forms of intelligence, not only carbon intelligence. So the more self-exploration you do and the more self-connection and reflection